Amazing Digital Circus. Now, I know most, if not all of you, have heard of this show. And if you haven't, then I don't know how, because good God, the internet has been flooded with this show for the good, the bad, and the straight up. The content forums got to this show fast, and it's kinda sad, because the creator of Gooseworks has stated that this show is gonna go places, and has a lot of things coming up in certain episodes that isn't gonna be content farm friendly. But then again, Squid Game had a lot of stuff that wasn't meant for kids, and it's still going on today. But the Amazing Digital Circus has its second episode finally released yesterday, and that was a lot faster than I expected. Really fast for an animated pilot. Oh wait, it has 300 million views, never mind. Glitch has skyrocketed to the top of the indie animation pipeline, and I'm really surprised that they kept the Amazing Digital Circus an indie show on YouTube, because I'm pretty sure behind the scenes, almost every animation studio wanted their grubby hands on this. Some streaming platform wanted to get this, because they knew it would make numbers regardless. I mean, look how Hazbin Hotel did. So I kind of expected the Amazing Digital Circus to follow suit. But Glitch stands by what it was going to be, and I kind of respect that. Cause you never know, a show could get cancelled and you never get to see it ever again. So maybe that was a smart move on them. But the second episode is finally upon us. Now my question is, did it live up to the hype? Now, let's get into it. We start the second episode off with Pomini seemingly waking back up in the circus and realizing that her hand is actually abstracted, and realizing this, she realizes that there's really only one thing left for her now, to be sent down into the cellar, and this is the real scary part about everything. As soon as you lose it, you're dead, and there's nothing really after that you can do, which is kind of the looming thing with this show going on. And Pomini wakes back up. Ragatha tells Pomini that Caine's come up with a new adventure for them, and they set off for the Candy Canyon Kingdom, with Zubul seemingly still staying out of everything. There must be a reason for it, but we still haven't figured that out yet. And I'm gonna be honest, little side note, the animation budget has certainly increased for this show. Due to the profits from the pilot itself and obviously merch sales, the show is looking more than amazing at this point. But moving on, they get sent to the Candy Canyon Kingdom, where they're all welcomed by NPCs. It looks like all these worlds are just filled with NPCs for these humans to go on. And the princess actually addresses Caine as their god. There's a lot of things to be addressed about that, but they just skim it over. And they have to go on this adventure to retrieve some maple syrup from a gator gang. And then it ensues after that. Jax is specifically excited about all the terror and death that could happen in this adventure, and that's what keeps him excited for everything. And after that, it just really goes bonkers, straight up Mad Max style, with them chasing the Gator Gang, and I get what Gooseworks is trying to do here. They really do quite a bunch of censored swearing, and I see where they're going with it, and I personally really enjoyed this scene. And after that, this show no longer becomes the goody-goody YouTube kids show that everyone has been seeing the show as for the past 6 months. Let me explain, because if you've watched the episode already, good God, you already know where this is going. So both trucks kind of spin off in their own direction, and one glitches under the map, and another one glitches into some chocolate fudge lake, with Pomini and the leader of the Gator Gang falling under the map, and the rest of the gang falling into the chocolate fudge. Now, this is where things slowly start taking a turn. Once Gummy Goo, which is his name, falls into this place, he finds statues that look, awfully similar to how he looks. And he puts two and two together, we put two and two together, and it sets in. He starts questioning everything. And that's when he becomes slowly not just an AI. He fully realizes now that he is not necessarily a real person, specifically just created by someone else. Pomni actually falls down with him, and she starts to realize what's going on with him. And this is the first time where she actually tries to, like, become friends with another character in the show. The cast of characters in the Digital Circus, she's, like, acquainted with, but I wouldn't necessarily say that they're her friends. That's just the people she's stuck with. But she kind of understands what she is going through in some sort of way, and actually invites him to come back to the circus. And this is a quick change for the character, and he actually agrees, and he goes along with her to try and get out of this place. So this is apparently where Caine makes his NPCs. That's kind of an eerie place down there, especially if you're an NPC of this place and you come down and you see yourself. Anyways, the gang that's in the chocolate fudge see this giant fudge monster who is banished by the kingdom, and Jax agrees with a lot of the points that he has, because Jax is just Jax, and the fudge monster agrees to help them get out by allowing the fudge monster back into the kingdom, and that's how they get out. The two groups meet each other again, and Jax is surprisingly very bad. A lot of people have been taking this frame specifically and thinking that this episode was going to be Jax focused, or Jax was going to be sad about something, but he was sad that nothing really happened while they were in the Candy Canyon Kingdom, that no chaos happened, no crazy action sequences happened, and this has a lot more meaning than we actually think. We already know that, based on from the pilot, Jax really finds all of this just funny and just getting all of this kicks out of it, because it's the only thing really keeping him sane in this place. And without having that, he just feels aggravated, and that's really the only thing that's keeping him, from abstracting. So it makes sense for why he was so pissed for nothing really going on. And that really shows that if, Jax really doesn't have that adventure that he wants and, gets kicks out of things, he could slowly go insane. The rest of the gang seems completely fine with the adventure that they just had, and finally return the maple syrup back to the kingdom, with Jax getting a little kick out of it by releasing the fudge monster onto the kingdom, and we don't get to see what happens to all of that, but you can fill in the blanks for what happened. And they finally get back to the circus, with Gummy Goo coming along with them. Man, I just can't wait to see what we can have of him from the rest of the episodes of the Amazing Digital Circus.
Oh, looks like one of these guys made it through!
Wait, what?
Well, I'm gonna go drink water. It's been a while since I've done that.
What the hell? This was just so sudden from Caine. We just got so used to Gummy Goo, and then boom, gone. He's dead. And I know there were thousands of people that were in that stream that were all just as silent as Pomni was. And this is where it comes to the slightly darker side of this show. Things like NPCs apparently just can't exist in the circus, and his reasoning for this is that he could accidentally make a mistake if there's too many NPCs in the circus and accidentally kill a human. Now, this does make sense on paper, but that was a person that just gained consciousness of who they are and what they're dealing with. So, he's dead. He's gone. Ragatha did say that he could respawn as another NPC, but he's not going to have those memories that he just had from this entire episode. It's going to be like he never even met Pomni. So this whole scene together probably just jumped a lot of people off of the Caine bandwagon, and I can see why. Because, God, that was just so sudden. And after that, we had a funeral for Kathmo, which actually, I was wondering when that was going to be addressed again. They just kind of accepted him being sent into the cellar. And that's when Pomni really starts to set in, but not just the state she's in right now in the circus, but the real dark things going behind the scenes with Caine and just this whole world that we still know very little about and the things that can happen. And that was the episode 2 of the Amazing Digital Circus. Jesus Christ, that was so much. My final thoughts on this episode, I just have to say, Glitch has knocked it out of the park with the second episode of the Amazing Digital Circus. There's been a lot of hype leading to this episode, and I personally think that they delivered on this. A lot of people have been pushing this show aside as the inferior show to Murder Drones and all the other indie shows, but I still think that this is a pretty good show, and it's not necessarily the YouTube kids show that everyone has made it out to be. Well, YouTube content farms kind of did that. And I kind of see the direction where Goosework is taking this, and this was only a small fraction of what we're going to start to see in these later episodes, which we're going to have quite a few throughout the year. I don't know if it's going to take 6 months, but wait, no! I don't think it'll take 6 months, but I'm sure we'll see the next episode maybe drop July, August. These episodes are going to be coming out pretty fast due to the budget increase and how much money the show is making through merch and obviously the show itself. So I expect that it won't be taking too long for us to get, episodes of this show. But what do you guys think of the Amazing Digital Circus episode 2? Have you checked it out? If you didn't, why did you watch this video? Well, now you just saw the entire thing, but if you haven't, make sure to go check out the actual episode itself. Glitch deserves all the love they're getting, because the Amazing Digital Circus is actually a really, really good show. So, thanks everyone for watching, and let me know if y'all want me to do this again. This is kind of a first for me covering the Amazing Digital Circus and just indie shows per episode, but if you guys want me to cover when the 3rd episode drops, let me know, and I'll work on it for hours, because the episode that came out at 6 p.m, I've been working on this all night, so I'm going to bed. Bye-bye.